Welcome to Did You Say Something, the variety podcast that, well, isn't that varied. I'm your host, Matt Magnum.
And I'm your other host, Conor Lewis. This week, we're diving into one of my all-time favourite hobbies, Dungeons and Dragons. Because, let's face it, I'm a nerd. And creating a tall, strong, and cool character is the only way I can feel like I'm achieving anything.
Indeed. And now he's dragging me down into this rabbit hole where I can finally play a character with a full, glorious beard. Something I can only wish to grow in real life.
Point.
Kind of a big deal. Couldn't resist with my co-host Ron Burgundy over here.
The colonials are acting up again, damn it.
Shut up, Connor.
No comment.
I'm really just trying to make money off of Connor here.
You're right, but you're out of line.
Trying to have this not devolve into chaos.
I don't even know if there's anything usable in this. Some of it my fault.
Welcome to DYSS. We are doing a D&D show today. Connor has been playing D&D for a long time. I believe is a forever DM, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
DM, GM, I believe that's the same thing. So we're going to play a little bit of that, talk about some things of that nature. And we're just going to prep us for a later episode where Connor has written his whole entire campaign of his own. And we'll be playing that. It's still an entire campaign, even if it's just one. Just math. Okay, so I'm going to actually kick this back over to Connor because as far as D&D goes and my knowledge, I know what it is, and I semi-know what to do. So, Connor, if you could please so kindly fill in our audience.
Fill them in? I'm not going to reach through the screen and beat them up, Matt. That would be entirely wrong of me to do. Anyway, D&D, folks. I've been playing D&D for 2-3 years, and as I've stated before, that was the beginning of my journey into voice acting and voiceover stuff. Son of a, whilst you're there, look up roles that you might beat me at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool.
Yep. All right, fair enough. Son of a bitch beat me. Took another one of my roles.
Yeah, I did.
Purposefully. Just because I auditioned for it.
Yeah, Matt said, I'm going for this one. And I went, challenge accepted. And I won. Coca-Cola for those victory sips. Oh, so refreshing.
And when you're having to choke down the garbage that is coming out of your co-host's mouth, a nice half and half does nicely to smooth things over.
D&D. Started playing D&D in lockdown when there wasn't much else to do, and Viva La Dirt League, great little channel for nerds. They started their own D&D campaign. I started watching that with one of my mates, and he said, "Have you ever played D&D?" I said, "No." He said, "Do you want to?" I was like, "Maybe." And by saying maybe, that opened me up to being the dungeon master because, well, why the fuck not? So I had to learn all the rules as well as how to play all at the same time and then run a game for 5 people. And Jake, I believe you were on that first game way back when as well. Played over Skype, I think it was. It was horrendous. I've never sweated so much in my life. There was pressure and there was nerves, and you know what? It was still a good time. The first few things that happened, the guys rolled their dice and failed. And those moments will forever stick in my head because the failures are where the funny is at. The successes are obviously where the cool shit's at, but when things go wrong, I like to make them go fucking wrong. So yeah, I've been playing for 2, 3, 4 years now, and have just sort of 3, 4 years now. Yes, well done, Matt. You can count. And have sort of just delved deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole that is. So when Matt said, Dungeons and Dragons, Vox Machina, that looks like a cool anime on Prime, I went, yeah, it really fucking is. And then explained that what they did was adapted their home game, and when things go wrong in the show, it's because they rolled real poor on the dice. And Matt was then like, that sounds quite fun. And that's all I needed. Just that slight glimmer of opportunity, and we are going to be playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons at some point.
Which probably won't.
Thank you, as always, for your input. This is the guy that tells us to not cut each other off and to let each other speak and try and just let things flow naturally. Don't always interject. And he's the first to jump at the opportunity to say some bullshit, non-helpful comment.
If you remember back, we posted a short about how things really are between the three of us. Go back on our page and check that out. That's a great interpretation of what it's like to work with Jake. We posted that a while back, but go check it out.
Yeah, if you can't find it, it's the one that goes, I am the decider, let me decide. That one. That's this guy. Jake, give the people a wave. Perfect.
It was also wrong because I do have to come up with fucking everything.
Wrong, but okay. Old tape.
Very, just not even, like, I couldn't even play along with it. It was so wrong. Yeah, so back to the D&D stuff. So I was doom scrolling, as one does, and Critical Role came up. And I saw that actor, what's his name?
Sam Riegel?
Yep, Sam Riegel.
Oh, no. Wait, are you on about Travis Willingham?
I think so, yeah. It does the Vox Machina fuck shit up line, right? Which was cool. And then I realized they were playing D&D, and so I sat and watched, and then I watched a little more. And just for a little backstory, I am absolutely a nerd. I have never been that kind of nerd. No offense to those kind of nerds, but I've never been that, Magic the Gathering, stuff like that. I just never did the actual board game type games, which shock, Connor. I think absolutely voice acting opened me up to D&D and how much fun that can really be because of how much you get to put into your character and all of that. And you get to be them and you get to say the lines and make up what you're doing, from my understanding, and then you roll to see if you're successful or not. And that's where Connor would come in and then also enter into the story and things that are going to happen based off of your actions and your role. He's going to then say whatever comes up based on the world that he's built. I fully expect, because it's me, he's going to be an extra dick when I fail. Yep, see that smile? That's going to happen. I do know of other things that are attached to D&D, such as Baldur's Gate 3, which I have not played yet, but I have watched a couple friends play a bunch of it. Man, that game looks fun because I love dungeon crawlers anyway. So Baldur's Gate 3 is definitely on my list.
Leyland Studios did an amazing fucking job at adapting D&D because so many people said it can't be done, it's too complicated, the systems won't work. But I mean, Jake and I, at time of recording, are still on Act 1, just about to go into Act 2. Because there's so much to do.
Lots of distractions. Ooh, shinies.
I like the shinies. So,
me too.
Oh, God, we're not. If we ever play Baldur's Gate, we ain't getting anywhere near any of the acts.
So, Connor and I had played a game kind of similar. Yes. And I'm walking up the very first path, and as I'm like, Connor, let's go up to this goal. As soon as I look at the map, he just starts going down another path, another way. Jake had warned me about this, by the way.
There was a shiny. I wanted the shiny.
And then there was a shiny over here, and here's the map where we're supposed to be, and we ended up over here and then back over here at a boss we had no business being at.
Yeah, that dragon fucked us up.
Oh yeah, there's no chance. I looked at the level of the dragon and us, and I'm like, run, please run away.
Yeah, I think we attacked it once, and the health bar did not move, and it was
and it was one shot in both of us. So yeah, I can understand what that'd be like. From what I understand of Baldur's Gate 3, is that there's way too many shinies and distractions. Yes. But I do that on all video games that have side quests and all that anyway. I'll generally not leave an area till I have 100%ed that area. Right? Oh. I try to absolutely do that.
Yeah, 100%. It's the only way to play, because then because then it sets you up better for the boss fights because you have everything you need. And I love going into boss fights when they're like, I am so much more powerful than you, and you're like, no, dead.
Well, yeah, because how many times do you play the game and it's like, are you sure you want to enter this area before? Because you will not be able to go back to the whole game. And you're like, that seems like a red flag that I should heed. So I'm probably going to go here and get
game.
back up. Thank you for the warning.
Understood, I'll go back. And there's one quest right at the start that you missed.
Yeah, and the games that will, if you don't do everything, that you can't go back to certain areas, and then you were completely screwed on 100%ing that game unless you restart completely. I did that on Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't realize there was a part at the very end that you had to get in the very first encampment. Jake knows what I'm talking about. Apparently he's played this game. You know what I'm talking about. You have to go back in and talk to the mothers and get this part to get this whole armor set that's just OP. And nope, I got every piece until I got that, and then I read, and I was like almost the end of the game, and they're like, you had to do this in the very first scene, and as soon as you walk out of the gates, you can never go back in the whole game. And I'm like, okay. There's nothing I could do.
See, when it comes to 100% in games and collecting everything, that is the worst mechanic, is when you can't go back to that first prologue section. Because the prologue section, I'm not even looking.
Yeah,
this is why you got to pay attention to the lore and why I love games that have stories. And I know there's a lot of people that want to play and just click through all of the things, and I'm like, I feel like we're missing critical exposition here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to say it, but 100%. It was in here, and I was like, think of anything else. Nah, too late. I do love a game that's got all of its lore and its backstory sorted, and it's rich and plentiful, and you can fully immerse yourself into that world, which is why I love Dungeons and Dragons, because, again, there's so much lore. The pre-written stories are fantastic. The pre-written campaigns are brilliant. I think we started on Ice Spire Peak was the first game that we played way back in lockdown, and it was a lot of fun. The story is rich and wonderful. And the second campaign that we started was Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which was just beautiful. Clowns, carnivals, and all sorts of creepy shit. It was, I think it was a more horror-based one, and oh my god, it was fun. Although we never did finish it.
No, it was a really, really good one, and I enjoyed the start. The start was wonderful. He bought tickets in. It was really fucking immersive. We played it in this room that I'm in now, and it was brilliant. Then after the first session, someone pulled out. Anyway, he pulled out. And then after the second session, everything else went to shit, and we never played it again.
Yeah, no, it was a real shame that one didn't really continue. And then life sort of got real fucking busy, and we haven't really been able to pick it back up since.
That one sounds fun, though. Like, because you always hear whenever anybody thinks about Dungeons and Dragons, right? They think about fantasy, and I know that's the main basis of it. But I have heard of people doing other types of games like that, and the fact that there was horror and there's even tickets into the carnival and things like that. It's just a really cool twist, and it does pique my interest a bit more for playing some off type games. I love fantasy, don't get me wrong, but playing all the different genres of it, if you can make them work, would be cool. Like space pirates or something like that. You know what I mean? Might be a hell of a lot of fun.
I think they released a space one called Space Jammer. I think, I believe, which I really wanted to get into, but life got busy, so there was no real time or point, which was a shame. But I went fully into it. I committed hard. I made letters, and in the letters there were the carnival tickets, double-sided, differently cut out in carnival ticket shapes. Jake's character had a token system, so we never actually got to do that.
No, it's really annoying. Like we proper went into detail about this. So if I remember correctly, my character had this sort of curse upon him, of which he had to control the rage. And if the rage got out, he loses complete control. Goes berserk, fucks shit up.
And the way we were going to work that into the game was if these 5 tokens were all on the red side, I get to control Jake's character.
Mm.
and fuck up everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it never quite. I think you ended up on 3 tokens.
Yeah,
3 sticking out.
Yeah, it got quite high up. I enjoy playing that character. It's just like a worse version of me.
It's about the same version of you. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's not possible.
Oh, he was even more grumpy.
He was grumpy. I think we've rambled enough about my experiences, Jake's experience of Dungeons and Dragons. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware. There was a video which had John Bernthal interviewing Deborah Ann Woll, I believe I'm saying her name correctly, on his podcast, and the subject of D&D came up because she is a forever DM. She loves Dungeons and Dragons, and the conversation came up, and they were talking, and she started by saying, "Do you want to play right now?" He's like, "Well, we haven't got any dice." He's like, "Fine, we don't need it." And then she comes up with this nice, succinct little intro story and explains how the dice roll works, explains how this works, and you can see his eyes light up at the possibilities. And it's such a beautiful moment. I loved it. And that's kind of what inspired this episode. I'm going to do something kind of similar with Matt when we head on to that.
Yeah, it was cool. I watched that interview, and it was interesting to watch somebody who had never played get that excited about it, and also someone being an actor, right? So that's why his eyes kind of lit up at the possibilities of like, ooh, I could do so many things here, right? Obviously, he doesn't have the full picture of how to play, but even just hearing her build that world and do this, and then he would say something, and she would immediately have a response to it, and then give him something back, and then he could play off that. It's a really good interview. Please go check it out. We'll have the link in the description.
Anyway, moving on. I am going to try and link this to the one shot for you. So let's just say you are a new recruit for a magic guild. It's a super secret guild that have been around for hundreds of years, and they constantly go up against the threats of the world that other heroes just can't deal with. Part of your initiation into the guild, you need to fight and train and prove yourself. And that is kind of where we're going to enter, if you will, is in the training grounds and straight into a fight, because in my opinion, they're some of the best times.
Okay.
The actions will be yours. For the sake of this and for ease, we'll say that it's no magic is one of the rules by the guild master. It is weapons and fists. That is about it. Just for ease, rather than trying to remember spells off the top of your head. So if you want to choose your weapon now, Matt.
Battle axe.
Battle axe. Okay, I believe that's a D6 because it's a two-handed weapon. Jake.
Daggers.
Daggers. You going dual wielding? Yeah. Of course you are. You fucking rogue. So you enter this arena, and the rest of the guild, they're all in the stands. They are watching you with great intent because, for whatever reason, you two have been pegged as some of the hottest prospects of this year's take.
Giggity.
Sure.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep.
And you know what? I will throw in a third character. As you enter the arena, you see a huge, imposing figure stood in the center, waiting for you with 2 hand axes. He is stood there, head down, axes by the side. And as you enter, he waits. What do you do? Matt.
I'm going to ready up and taunt.
Okay, fair enough. That would probably be a performance check, which kind of comes under charisma. So we'll roll a charisma check. Now, at this point, what I would do is I would start thinking of a difficulty challenge in my head. So I already know the number that you've got to beat on your dice roll. So we'll say he's a pretty angry bloke. He's ready to fight. It's not going to take much. It's probably going to be a DC 10. Nice and easy. You would then roll your dice. Whatever is on the dice, you add your modifier. Modifier is part of your stat block, which is predetermined by other dice rolls. So But we're not going to worry too much about that. We'll just do the flat rolls. So, Jake, if you roll a dice for me. 16. Nice and easy. What does your taunt look like? Do you want to go that far? We can go that far.
I do like the leather face. Just, with the axe over my head.
And it works. He throws one of his axes at you. Jake, roll a dice for me. Now, what this does is, so to attack, you have to beat their armor class. Let's say you've got a 2, you're probably a barbarian or something big, so you would probably have a fairly decent AC. We'll say 14 for argument's sake. So I have to beat 14 on that dice roll, and it was
a 10.
10. Fantastic. As he throws it, it goes whoosh, whizzing by your head and embeds itself in the wall behind you as he starts to run forward. Jake.
I'm just going to take the opportunity now that he's released one of his axes. I'm now going to take the opportunity and start sprinting full speed at him. Not directly, more of a trying to get around the back of him, ready for the attack.
Makes sense. So you, as standard, have 30 feet of movement and you can move anywhere.
How far is this guy from me?
Oh, within 30 foot, nice and easy.
Cool.
Say 15 probably.
Yeah, we're just going to run at him. Jump at him?
Okay. Make an athletics check for me.
And as always, it's me. I get a 3.
Fantastic. As you jump, you slip on a loose rock, and you just go smack into this fucking wall of a man. And you don't fall on the floor, but you're definitely a little bit dazed as he is sprinting for Matt. What do you do? He is closing quick.
I'm going to run directly at him.
Okay.
And slide on my knees while swinging my axe at his knees.
Okay, so I'd say that would be 2 rolls at this point. That would be an acrobatics check for the slide, and then to see if you hit. So, Jake, if you could do the acrobatics, he's a big guy. We'll say 11. Good. And then roll to see if he hits anyway. This
11.
guy's probably not. So as you sprint, as you get closer, you suddenly realize just how big this guy is, even compared to you. And you start to get a little bit scared. You lose a bit of the strength in your legs. And as you go to slide, you sort of just drop to the ground. And you go to swing as he steps over you, grabs his axe, and brings it down.
Shit. This might be a quick game.
It could be. Jake, roll that dice for me. What did I say your AC was? 14. Yeah.
These dice are whack.
This guy sucks.
Is that a nat 1?
That one.
Oh, fuck.
Fall on that one.
All right, fine, fuck it. He is so enraged at your taunt still, and he's got you exactly where he wants you. And as he goes to bring the axe up to bear, he snaps it in 2 just from the sheer strain and strength that he's got. And it splinters in his hands. It distracts him just enough for Jake to do something.
So after sort of stumbling to my feet, I see that he's just absolutely fucked up this swing of an axe. I start running at his back. I assume he's sort of maybe a little bit leant over at this point. I'm going for the double jump dagger into the back of the neck.
Okay. We'll say DC. He's got an AC of 12. Fuck it. He's a big boy, though.
9. Fucking hell.
9. Fan-fucking-tastic. I'll say that you do manage to... did you say jump on his back? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to jump on his back.
Okay, so that would be your acrobatics check. Now see if you can still hit.
5. I'll give up with these dice.
Fantastic. As you are sprinting, you fuck your jump up, you realise that you've lost your footing, but you keep sprinting, daggers raised, and as you go to stab them in, you hit his armoured belt, which fucking ricochets off. Back to you, Matt.
I would imagine I'm still underneath said character.
Yep.
So I'm going to take my axe and swing it up into his groin.
Fantastic. You know what? I'll give you advantage. So you would get to roll twice, and you take the higher number.
Okay.
9 or 13.
13 does hit. So then what you would do at this point is roll your damage dice, which is the D8 we said earlier. So give that a roll for us.
7.
So you do 7 plus whatever your modifier is for your weapon, but in this case, just 7. So you do 7 damage to him as you just miss the goods. On a critical, I'd have given you the goods, but you missed the goods. You do slice up and create a fairly deep fucking wound just in his groin, which causes him to scream out in pain. You are still his number one target because you are the person that's now inflicted damage. He is going to just hammer fist down.
Shit.
Jake, because you're prone, he would technically get advantage, but I'm going to say that he gets disadvantage because he's just so fucking angry still.
8.
Fucking hell, these dice are shit. I want to do some damage, Jake. He as he's bringing his fist down, you have the foresight to move your fucking head out the way as this massive fist comes colliding to the ground next to you as you get sprayed in the face with a bit of the dirt and a bit of the gravel. Jake, you're still behind him. He's not too fussed about you yet.
No, I'm just going to take 2 swipes. If I'm just on him, just going to take 2 swipes.
Roll then. Roll twice, please.
17.
Okay, the first one hits. And again?
10.
Second one does not hit. As you bring your dagger up and slash at him, you give him how big of a wound? Roll your damage dice, please. 2. Okay, you tickle him with your dagger. You scratch along his back with your dagger. He's a massive hulking bloke. It doesn't, and clearly you forgot to sharpen this side of the dagger. As you slash across his back, he starts to turn around, and that's when you're bringing your second attack to bear, and the change of his body knocks you off balance. Matt.
As he's turned around facing Jake, I'm still prone on the ground. So I'm going to upkick both feet into his ass, hopefully knocking him into Jake.
Go for it. That would be a strength check to see if you have the strength to do it. 14. I will say that on a 14, as you kick up, you manage to push yourself back, so you now have room to stand up, which you can do. That would use half of your movement if we were playing to stand up. So you would then have 15 feet to do whatever you want. So is there anything you want to do real quick, movement-wise?
I would just move behind him, just to keep myself behind him.
There is also things called bonus actions. Some things can be used as a bonus action, like Jake's second attack is a bonus action. And there's a number of other things that you can do, which are failing me right now. But yes. After you, it's his turn. Jake, you are priority numero uno at the minute. He's still holding on to the broken axe, and he's going to take a swing at you with it. And he's also got like the rest of it in this hand, which would create a more solid fist. So fuck it, he's going to jab at you with his fist.
These dice are shit. 4.
4. Okay. As he goes to jab at you, you duck under his fist, in which he screams in pure bloodlust rage.
Hey, get that squirrel off my dick!
Speaking of bloodlust. Go check out Bloodlust Crimson Temptations, read by myself on Amazon. And he lets out this just gigantic scream in pure frustration. Jake, your turn.
As I've dodged,
Yeah.
I then just both daggers in hand, throw my whole weight up for a double stab straight into his abdomen.
Mhm.
So the first one is an 18.
Oh, yep, that hits.
And the second one is a 12.
That also hits, just. I think I said his AC was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. So, perfect. As you grab your daggers and you jab them in, they embed themselves nicely. What damage does it do?
We've got 3 and a 4.
3 and a 4. Nice. They are in there. Giggity! They are stuck. You cannot pull these daggers out. You are very fucking close to him and stationary. Matt, your turn.
In seeing this, I'm just going to take one big slash at his back.
One big slash at his back. We would roll.
19.
Big hit. Nice.
And a 6.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's not bad. You take your axe and you plunge it into the center of his back, just to the right of his spine, and it beds in quite nicely, but you have the strength to pull your axe out ready for your next attack as he screams in rage once again. And because Jake's right there, he is just going to bang straight on the head with the axe hand. Jake, give us a roll. Critical, critical, critical.
20.
Yes! Bang! The sound of this punch echoes around the training hall. And Jake's body... Well, what damage does it do? It is an arm strike. It's a hand axe, so I suppose it's a D4.
4.
Oh, the dice turn up, finally. Thank you. And then the way I do critical hits is I take the maximum that you could do on that turn and then add on what you roll. Just so you have more of a chance of doing a bigger hit. So we'll do 8. To be fair, Jake, you're kind of roguish. You ain't going to have that many hit points. I'm just going to say that as he punches, the axe that's in his hand slices straight down your skull and your body just on the floor. Your dagger's still in him as your lifeless body falls to the floor, slowly bleeding out. To which the guildmaster starts causing a bit of a ruckus because no killing is also one of the rules of the training establishment. Matt, I will throw it over to you. What do you do in retaliation to him killing your friend?
I'm going to say that I go into kind of a blind rage, let out a brutal scream, and as I do so, you see druidic magic imbuing the axe, thus empowering it.
Nice.
Thinking in my head, well, he just broke a rule, so I'm going to break the rules and break him.
Yeah.
And would that be? Can I do that first of all? Is that good?
I'll allow it. Fuck it.
Okay.
The way I like to DM is the rule of cool. If something sounds fucking cool, I will try to make it happen. I'll allow it. Let's do it. Fuck it, you can have advantage as well.
Now, will that count as one move, or can I do a 2 move? Can I do something after that?
We'll say it was a bonus action, which can be taken before your action to imbue the axe. So that's now reinforced with druidic fucking magic and vines and yep. Nice.
Awesome. I would, if that's the case, I would then squat down really far, leap and launch into the air above said character, and then bring down my axe 2-handed right into the top of his head.
Sweet. In your rage, yep, easily do the jump. Fuck it, no need to roll for that. Give me the attack rolls. The attack rolls, please, Jake.
I got an 18.
That hits. And again,
Not 20. I'm not even chipping you.
Okay, and you can do 1d8's worth of damage. So you've already got 8 points. Roll a d8 for us, Jake.
7.
7. Math, 15. As you jump up and you bring your axe down, it cleaves straight into his neck. He was a big boy, but a big boy compared to you guys. He's still fairly low level. And this hit is enough, especially with the druidic power that is imbued with your axe, to slice down into the clavicle and further down into the chest as his head flops to one side and his drops to his knees and lands on the daggers, piercing in. To which you get a standing ovation from the rest of the guild. The guild master himself teleports himself down to you, grabs your hand and raises it up, and everybody fucking cheers. And that's where we will leave that.
Dope.
What did you think of your first little intro?
I would say if anybody could have that kind of a personal intro, they would definitely be interested. That was badass.
Right? You get to feel like a fucking hero. You get to laugh at your fuck ups because they can be funny. And yeah, you get to be a badass. What's not
it was.
like?
I think. I guess you don't know until you do something, right? And it can even be explained to you that you can make your choices, but until you're in that situation and you actually get to make that choice, you know what I mean, and decide. That was a lot of fun because I had a lot of stuff in my head. Jake, when you started running at him, I was going to do a duel thing and like jump and have you launch up off of me and have me launch you up and over him as a team kind of a battle thing. But you chose to jump at him and splat into his body. But that's the fun part about being the DM as well, is because you get to play off what the players are trying to accomplish, and you're trying to make the most sense of it, but also a super entertaining game so that everybody is happy, sad, everything, right? And that brings up this of watching Critical Role is, man, there's some of the things they're doing, and you're watching the cast, like when somebody knows they're sacrificing themselves and they are going to perish, you watch the cast literally tear up because they're so involved into these characters that they are real to them. That's awesome to me. That's acting. Right, you are those characters. It's fantastic.
I know the exact scene you're on about from campaign 1 when, spoilers? It's been a while. Shouldn't really be spoilers. It's when Sam Riegel's character Scanlan has to use up his 9th level spell slot, which he was saving to save someone, to do something else because that became the more pressing issue. So this character ends up dying. And Sam Riegel sits there and looks at Liam O'Brien and just goes, "I'm so sorry," and just starts crying. And then the whole cast is just there, emotional, because this character that's been with them for however many hundreds of episodes by this point dies. And I got attached to my first character in like a couple of months. So let alone fucking years or And when he died, I was... definitely didn't annoy me for a week afterwards.
The cool thing, it was the camaraderie in that, right? Because then as he's making the sacrifice and everybody knows it, and obviously I don't know all the rules, but you could tell, and then you're watching the other players like take their dice and go over and give them to him so he has the best chance to roll. They're giving their rolls to him. So he's rolling all these dice to try and survive. They're trying to save him, full well knowing he has probably zero chance, even with all the dice, right? Even if he was to roll top on everything. But just watching that was cool. And then they're all giving him a hug, and they know. And then he goes, and then he has to stand up and walk off the stage because he's not a part of the game anymore. He died. He's gone. So, and
not until he comes up.
You watch the emotion as he closes his box and all of that. It was that part grabbed me because of the realism of it and how invested people were.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I love it. I also love how it can bring people together. Jake and I's other friend, Tom, I went to stay at his for best part of a year. He's the one that we played D&D with. He's the guy that was like, "Do you want to play D&D?" So we played a lot of like little sessions that we just did there, just impromptu with one dice, just roll it and see what happens. just off the cuff for something to do in the evening, and it was just so much fun. Like, the way it brings people together, the way that it gives you something to do that isn't staring at a screen. I mean, you can use screens like. When we play, obviously, I'm not flying out to America for a game of D&D yet. But that's the other thing, is you can play with people all across the world on screens, like D&D Beyond, which is what I use for my DMing. That you can share character sheets, you can do so much. I think they've brought maps in now. It's been a while since I've been on it, but there's so much you can do. You've also got Roll20, which is another online tabletop role-playing game service. It's something different. I love it. I don't know if you can tell.
Not at all. It's good. No, it's great. And I know that you can go in and talk about D&D forever, as any of us can do about something that's a passion of ours. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on a little bit. So far, we really hope you enjoyed that game. That was a precursor to get me introduced. And then, like Lee said, hopefully in the future, we're going to have do Connor's one shot and have some special guests and have a blast of a show, which Jake now is required to be a part of that game.
His dead body just on the floor.
Well, hey, resurrections happen. I got druid magic. It's life magic. You never know what could happen.
That is one hell of an advanced spell. But
sure.
All right, sure. Hey, we'll see what happens.
I got Ken.
What I will say to anybody that wants to get their friends into D&D, trick them into doing this. Because it is by far the best way to sell D&D to anyone.
If somebody would have done this years ago, I would have been playing. If somebody would have approached me with D&D this way, I would. But I was got approached with, we meet every other Saturday for like 6-7 hours, and I'm like, no.
That's it.
6-7 hours, like that's ridiculous.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to pump them up.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Speaking of not having time for that, we are going to move on. We do have a game coming up. We're going to do our quote quiz game.
Mm-hmm. Name pending. If you want to play along at home, please do. You need to get the film name that the quote is from, the actor that said it, and if you can get the year, you get the total of 3 points. If you get 2 of them, you get 2 points. You get 1 of them, 1 point. All that good stuff. Nice and simple. Leave your scores in the comments below. Be honest, especially you. Yeah, I'm watching you.
Yeah, you.
Anyway, over to you, Jake, or over to me to read the first quote after Jake has sent it to me.
Lovely.
We'll get there, people.
Thanks for the breakdown. Of how communication works.
The communication breakdown, the mental breakdown.
You got all the breakdowns, buddy.
All right, first one coming through. Oh.
Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.
Okay, 10 seconds.
I've got my answer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's quite clearly
Mini-Me
Mini-Me from Jurassic Park, and the year is 2056.
Wow. No, that was Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, hell.
The year was 2001.
Oh, my God.
Actress was
so
Kate
fired.
Blanchett.
I'm firing myself. That was.
I am so sorry to all my fellow nerds. I don't even know if I can call myself a nerd anymore.
I greatly apologize myself. That was just. Oh, it's so bad.
Well, that puts you both on 0.
Thanks, mate. Yeah,
no problem.
I got nothing. I have loved Loader since I was a child. I remember watching the 70s, 80s cartoon of The Hobbit over and over again. Like, I fucking love Lord of the Rings.
So now that I've said Lord of the Rings, do you know the quote?
It's when Dumbledore is at the top of the what's what did I say something?
You're pissing some nerds off really bad right now. You just fucking said Dumbledore.
Yeah, yeah,
when Dumbledore's talking to Harry, right?
yeah. You know, when they're at
Dumbledore's
Mount
talking to
Doom.
Luke.
Yeah.
When they're on the Death Star.
Name the Star Trek Enterprise. Moving on.
Right.
Back to the game.
We get our nerd cards removed.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, I'm sending it to you.
For fuck's sake. I'll be back.
5,
No.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding.
I think I'm just off on the year. It's backwards, I know.
Connor, boards.
Hello?
I will take Arnold Schwartz.
Yep.
The film is Terminator, correct? And the year is 1980.
4. Fuck, I knew it was 4 when I wrote 2. Son of a... 2
So
points
that
for
puts
me.
you on 2 each.
How you doing at home? Hmm? They probably got the first question.
Probably
right.
already beating us from the first
Yeah.
one.
I want the actor, not the character.
Fuck you.
It was
Fuck
on,
you.
the actor came up on the last game. Carry on.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Who the fuck knows that?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
We've got
Oh,
Yoda's
okay.
actor,
Yoda's actor.
A New Hope, 72.
No, so it's Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, 1980.
Oh, it's the second film. Technically 5. I am a nerd. It's episode 5.
I had to convince myself out of writing Empire. I'm so annoyed.
I'm just gonna be done being a nerd after this. I think because
I think I'm just going to be boring.
Good fuck hell.
Did you both just score 0 on a Star Wars? Wow.
Hmm.
By the
I mean,
way,
to be
what's
fair,
the actor's
I'm
name?
giving Frank Oz. It was,
No one knows
sorry,
that.
yeah, it was Empire Strikes Back, 1980, and Frank Oz.
No one knows that.
All right, let's go.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Fuck! Guy's name.
Oh, this one I will overtake character or actor.
I swear that's the character name. Fuck it. I've fucked myself over thus far. Might as well just fucking
5,
I'm
4,
committing to the fucking ing.
3, 2, 1. Boards.
The guy. Jaws.
Jaws.
85?
You guys are going to be so pissed.
fuck me.
So, Jaws, correct. Chief Brody, or the actor was Rob Schneider?
I had
Something like
Brody
that.
in my head.
And the year was 75.
It's 75, motherfucker. I debated on 70s or 80s.
Okay, this one should be at least 2 points. If it's not, I'll be disappointed in both of you.
Get ready for disappointment.
I am your father.
Oh, for fuck's sake. The fuck me? Because one of the answers was already given.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't fucking remember.
Nope.
Yep, time's up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boards.
Just take my nerd card. It
Darth
just,
Vader,
it just
Empire, 86.
I'm so bad. It's terrible. I questioned myself. I panicked.
Boys, only one of you got 1 point. You gave me the character and not the actor.
You said characters and actors at the beginning of this game. You switched it for one question.
You did.
But you said at the beginning of the game, I will accept characters or
No,
actors.
that was on Jaws. That was literally on the Jaws one. I said I will accept the character or the actor.
At the beginning of the game. Roll it back, producer.
The character or actor that said it.
You said character or actor. And then you changed that for the Yoda one.
Actually, I think one of you two. I think one of you two said character and actor.
I may have said character or actor. So that was the rules.
Hey, hosts. So
yeah, our show, our rules. I'm the decider.
I'm the decider.
Well, regardless, it's an actor, not a character. So, yeah, Connor, Empire Strikes Back.
I told you I fucking panicked.
What was the year?
80.
Fuck it.
Because you both haven't wrote down the actor, if you can give me the actor now, on your boards, put it up. No?
I don't remember his name. I just don't. I know it, but I can't remember it right now. Hold on, let me just just Google
Hayden
that
Christensen.
No, that is fucking incorrect as fuck.
He's Darth Vader.
James L. Jones. Okay,
Now-
you guys really are nerds.
Now, James Earl Jones was the voice actor, but
Yeah,
he was not the actor who played
Yes.
Darth Vader.
that's that. If you had said who voices Darth Vader,
It's different.
fucking every day of the week.
Yeah.
You said actor. I thought guy in suit,
Me too.
So, I thought the voice.
and clearly, as we've already,
I
alluded
couldn't
to
give a
many
fuck who
times
was in
on
the
this
suit.
show,
It's the voice.
Jake is right. Always.
Thank you. Thank you. You heard it here first, folks. I am right. Anyway, back on with the game. Why does this always have to go? Why can't it just go smoothly, you two?
You tell
You're
me.
the one running the show at the minute.
We're just the talent. Okay.
Right. Anyway, next one. Matt.
Please be
Roads.
the last one.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. I know it. It's not coming out, but I fucking know it.
Oh, and you know what? From now on, just because you two are that shit at this game, I will take the character.
What? Which one is it though? Which fucking? I might be completely wrong in the movie, but that's what I think it is. Is it? Nope, I'm going with that. And we're gonna
5,
say
4,
fucking
3, 2,
Good God,
1.
fucking. I
But
don't fucking know. I'm so over this shit because my brain is or it's. Told you I was gonna be shit. My brain has gone to fucking hell trying to do this.
My brain is currently still annoyed at Jake for how he's running this, but
I'm just.
I haven't done anything wrong. Anyway, Back to the Future,
Fuck me.
1985.
Yeah,
me.
Christopher Lloyd or Doc Brown.
yeah,
Christopher Lloyd. I would have got that if I would have fucking thought of what it really was.
I was gonna put that, and then I was like, no, it's not that. But clearly, it fucking was. What a dick! What a fucking dick! Should have put it down. Fuck.
Right, as you boys are struggling so much for this one, I will give one hint. Boats. That's the
And
only hint
hose.
you're getting. Just boats. Just boats. Boats make a big part of these movies.
Movies. So he also just gave us another hint that there are more than one.
Yeah, but what? Do you fear death?
That's the quote.
That's the quote.
That's
Do
the
you
fucking-
fear death?
Oh, I don't know. 50 fucking movies say, do you fear death? And he says boats. Great. Thanks, man.
Disney boats. There you go.
fuck? What's the cunt? What's his fucking name?
Oh, fucking goddamn it. Thank you.
Wait, it's not character, is it? Fuck.
I know the actor too, and I don't know his fucking name.
3, 2, 1. Boards.
Oh, good. Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Barbossa, 2009.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest,
Yep, cool.
2006, and Bill Nye.
Bill
Nye?
Nye.
Bill
Of
Nye.
course it is. I'll be right back. I'm going to go punch myself in the face.
Matt.
We're so bad at this.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
4, 3, 2, 1. Boards.
Mark Ruffalo, Avengers Assemble, 2016.
2 points each. It was 2012, boys.
2012. I knew it was right around.
Very close.
10.
So 2 points each. That puts Con on
Well,
7.
Hold on.
And Matt on
What's the
6.
actual? What's the
The
actual name
movie
of the
is
film?
The Avengers.
The Avengers.
The
Okay.
Avengers. So
Yeah, so
technically, Connor got
2
that
points
wrong.
each. Yep. Nope, 2 points each. Jake already said it. Yep.
He said the Avengers Assemble. That is not a movie. The movie is The Avengers. Because I even made it a point. I wrote Avengers and I wrote The Avengers on it so I could get the exact movie title. As Connor hastily Googles.
I'll
No.
let him Google. And if he can argue his point, fair enough. If not, I'm going to even your scores up, and the last 2 is going to be the decider.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Matt, it's the Avengers, which is why I put the Avengers.
Cool. Yep, 7 apiece.
Fucking animated. Yep.
Avengers Assemble is the animated one. Yes.
Fuck.
Hey, that's
Yep.
better than we've been doing, bro.
Much better. Right, anyway, Con. I want actor.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, fuck me, dude. You want the actor, you fucking dick. Fuck. God damn it.
Again, very, very famous actor.
I know.
3, 2, 1. Boards.
Thanks for Mike. There's a half point for half his name.
Nope.
It's Magic Mike from Guardians 2.
Okay, so we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 2. Con takes the biscuit there.
Yep.
2017.
You motherfucker. Motherfucker.
And it was Michael Rooker.
Rooker.
Rooker. Fucking.
So I believe this film is named differently in different regions of the world. Therefore, I will accept the correct answer for said region.
Fair.
Okay.
Matt, there you go. I want actor, year, film.
Hey, no pre-thinking.
You're a little scary sometimes. You know that? Brilliant, but scary.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, game. Boards, please.
I put 2013.
Annoyingly, no one got a point. But because you only gave a year, and fucking Matt gave me at least the right series and the right character, but he's got to take the biscuit on that one. I'm sorry, he has to.
What's the which Potter was it?
It was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone, depending where you're
I
from.
wrote Sorcerer's Stone first thing and then fucking erased it too. Motherfucker.
The year was 2001, and the character was Rupert
Harry
Grint.
Potter 1, 2000.
Well done, Matt. So I'm pretty sure that is now 1 apiece.
Yeah, I won the last game. Yeah.
Fucking throwing
All
that
right.
shit away. Yeah, I'm just gonna start. I'm just going to start deconstructing my nerdism.
Well, no, to be fair, none of it was to do with Wolverine, so he can stay. You can still be a comic book nerd.
Can I?
Yeah, it's just, I can no longer say I'm a nerd of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Marvel.
Pop culture?
Mm.
That was horrible.
I can't wait till one of you get a year correct.
Oh, this booth
So
is going to fall down.
We have been so close so many times on the years.
Yeah. As if we got 2016 and 2018 and the year was 2017. Fuck that. Jake, fuck you for this game, by the way. I love it and hate it.
Dis bullshit.
Yes, that was dis bullshit. That was disgruntled hosts. That was Jake's time to shine. I will be returning my nerd card at the earliest opportunity. I can only apologize to the nerd community. That was a shit show of a segment, and I just feel all kinds of awful for not knowing some of that. How about you, Matt?
Yeah, no, total shit. I believe that I will be reapplying for my nerd card. I need to go do some studying. Clearly get back on the saddle because I have fallen way the fuck off.
Whilst you're there, go check out Vox Machina on Prime.
Should probably do that.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay.
Well, that's fucking wrap.
No, Matt, there is still more. You need to tell us about your exciting new thing.
So I have been booked to do a new audiobook. The name of it is Logan. It's from the Embers of Humanity series. It is a companion novella in between books 1 and 2. I do have the author D.K. Rivers sent me a nice physical paperback copy. So, and which is cool if you want to check this out. The paperback is different than the hard book. So if you've seen my TikToks and all of that, and from the announcement of the book itself, there is an actually a caricature of Logan on the front walking through the apocalypse. It's definitely post-apocalyptic. The cool thing about this story is it plays off of real life. So he wrote this during the pandemic. It's based on the pandemic. So it's based on a different version of COVID that made it through. And spread so fast that it just destroys the entire world. And then you have a Mad Max scenario basically going on afterwards. And you follow one character, Logan, through his point of view and all of the trials he goes through over the course of about 100 days. Really, really cool one. It's really going to tie into both books. Book 1, Above Reproach, is coming, and book 2 will be coming this winter.
Very nice. And if I may be so nice, I guess, you have given me compliments on this show before for some of my previous works. I will in turn repay the compliment, and we know how hard that is for me, as we've tried many times. Matt sent me a snippet of him recording this, and it was very good. It really was very good. How much detail can we go into, by the way?
As much as you want. Yeah, we can go into detail. That's okay.
So it is about a father who is a war vet. He has lost his wife and 2 sons. And Matt sent it to me to listen to. Now, I will be clear, my boys are still very much alive. They are with my ex. But, it's it was it was a good read. It was a good listen, I should say. Yeah, very well done, sir. I'm looking forward to hearing the full thing come out.
Yeah, thank you. It was, get that out of your system. I would say your comments, I liken those to the ones that I gave you on Last Man on Mars. That is Spotify. Go check that out, people. I'm telling you, as much as it sucks to say, Conor, his performance in that was just very, very good. Like his everyday life, just being a plain out psycho. So yeah, it's just lost his mind. That is absolutely who he is. So that's, and then per the usual, still working on Perceptions from David Parker Ross, amongst other works that are coming out by him, Pandemic.
Also, be on the lookout for some comic book duets from Matt and myself. We have got a few planned and may already have released, depending on if we've had time to record it yet. The first one that we are doing is going to be Batman and Nightwing in a very moving comic panel scene between the two of them. Very much looking forward to doing that. Matt will be taking on the role of Batman. I myself will be taking on the role of Nightwing.
Dennis Dietrich and I did a Deadpool and Wolverine. A series of those are coming out. I have been portrayed Batman before in Under the Red Hood scene with Jarrett Griffiths and Dennis Dietrich as well as the Avengers versus the Guardians of the Galaxy with a whole cast of characters. If you want to see those, check out our YouTube and TikTok pages. Please check out everything DYSS related, DYSS podcast related. If you are on the way to work or going somewhere and you don't have that opportunity, please check us out on Spotify. And then you can come back and check out the video later for the missed context. Because there are a few things
context is important.
Just saying. But thank you all very much. This has been DYSS, and as always, we will diss
you later.
When you need a really good chair to sit down and produce a really shitty show for days,
make sure you do it in comfort.
Booley's fucking amazing.